Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time, and I am recording this video that will go live on YouTube Sunday, August 15th. But I'm going to record this video because this video is going in my course. It will go in my free course, and it will go in my How to Get Started One Rental at a Time course as bonus material. Folks, this is the video where I'm going to walk through my 50-year spreadsheet one more time. I want you to understand what is there. I want you to understand where the data came from. I was looking to add more data. I was looking to add number of transactions and rental amount and all of those extra variables that would really spice the spreadsheet up. But unfortunately, I have not found a consistent source. Some of the sources I have found allow you to go back 5 or 10 or 15 years. I need full 50 years. So instead of struggling to find additional data, I thought I would just record this video, put the content in the course. So if you want the spreadsheet, it will be there. If you're in the course, what usually happens is a video will show up, this video right here that you are watching. And then right down here on the lower right, you should see an Excel spreadsheet. Usually, at least on my computer, when I check this, I have to scroll down a little bit. So if you scroll down, you should see an attachment. It will say 50 years or whatever I name the file. So this video and the file is here. Again, it will be in the free course because I want everybody to have it. If you don't know what I'm talking about, there's a link below to the free course. If you've already bought the course, How to Get Started One Rental at a Time, it will be in the bonus section. So you will see it there in the bonus section. It'll say, I don't know, 50-year spreadsheet or whatnot. So let me pull up the spreadsheet, give you a lay of the land so you know what you are looking at. So again, what I tried to do with this spreadsheet was I tried to collect data year at a time. None of this data is inflation adjusted. I didn't want it inflation adjusted. I wanted to know what happened in 72 or 78 or 86 or 94 or 2008. I did not want to have inflation protected. I was trying to figure out affordability. What I quickly learned is I should also do down payment, because while the payments can be affordable, sometimes the down payment becomes a problem. Then I wanted to look at home ownership because that is something we've seen rise and fall. Then I wanted to do calculations on appreciation and wages. If you've been watching these summaries, there is actually a shocking, or at least it was shocking to me. I had never heard anybody talk about this. There's a leading indicator with wages. Wages go up, housing go up. Wages go down, housing goes down. Now, there are other factors in the big scheme of things like bad lending and things of that nature. I'm not passing judgment on any of these. I'm looking at these individually 1 year at a time. So now I'll give you some color codes. What I went through is I highlighted in green, like the peak periods for certain metrics, and red is negative metrics. Like you see our first reds here. So payment as a percent of gross. And again, remember, I went through this with Matt, the mortgage guy, and he's like, what you're calculating here in row 12 is called a front end ratio. Front end ratio is a quick snapshot. He's basically saying anytime you get over 35%, it gets hard. Not impossible, but gets hard. So again, that is great data to look at. Then I looked at payment, right? You see lots of payments here. So it turns out the payments were affordable in the 70s, right? You have 26 and then it rises. You have huge wage growth in the 70s. Actually going back to 74, 75, right? But the peak periods were 78, 79. Then you have affordability drop, or home ownership drop after being unaffordable, right? Payments got unaffordable. You also have interest rate rises. The other thing that we can deduce from this is interest rate rises don't impact housing prices nearly as much, right? You see interest rates rise from the 70s to the 80s, and prices still go up, right? We go from 11 to 13 to 16, and prices still go up. It becomes unaffordable, but prices still go up. And then again, you have some negative. You have your first negative month or negative year on year in 91, which was interesting. I'm doing 30-year fixed. I did do a ratio here. So if you ever wanted to change this, it's 10% here, but you can make it 5% if you wanted. All the numbers change. You can make it 20% if you like. But I did all the recordings at 10%. So you can adjust that if you want. Everything should ripple through. Again, what we have here is all the way to 2020, right? Because 2021 is not over. Use that to your heart's content. Then I guess what I'll do next is I'll talk about data sources. I did list my data sources. You can go ahead and look at them here. I can't claim that these data sources are right, but I can claim I use them. Some of you have come back and said, hey, my data is different than yours. Well, for example, some of you have come back and said my median home prices are slightly off. Well, my source of data comes from January 1st of every year. Some people, when I go back and look, it's like, well, you picked December 1st or December 31st, or you picked June or July. I did the best I could. You want to change the numbers, go nuts. It's your spreadsheet now. This is a spreadsheet I've used to kind of figure it out. But if you want to change the data, go nuts. It's all yours. Where I got the interest rate data. Notice this data was only 71 to 2019. I had to go back and uniquely search 1970 and 1920. Or I'm sorry, 1920, 2020. Home ownership came from a Wikipedia site. Median income came from here. So again, I did the best I could. If my data is different than yours, it's probably the source of data. Then what I wanted to do is go figure out highs, lows, average. So again, the reds, the highs for home ownership, appreciation, wages, all of that, the lows. Then I did the 50-year average, which you can see here. Then what I did is I wanted to compare July 2021 with June, because some numbers have drastically changed. For example, down payment has become a problem. Down payment spiked because median price went up, right? Median price in 2020 was like 270. Now it's 363. That's a huge jump for 1 year. So down payment is a problem because this is down payment as a percent of income. The other thing to talk about, income, this is not individual income. This is median family of 4, 2 income providers, mom and dad, mom and mom, dad and dad, 2 people, whatever it is, 2 adults. Some people look at this and said, hey, nobody makes 80 grand in my state. This is not a person. This is 2 people. That's 40,000 bucks each. That is $20 an hour if it's a full-time job. So again, you can earn this. Again, it is also median income. So that means half the families make less and half the families make more. So again, interpret the data. I think the data tells you a great story. If you want to change the data, go ahead. Again, these are just numbers I typed in. So home ownership, median home price, these are just numbers I typed in. Could I have mistyped? Sure. The yellow sections are calculations, right? Fixed interest rate, down payments a calculation, finance amounts a calculation, payments a calculation. Median income is just a type number from the source. And again, I list the source here. You are free to use any source you would like. The reason these numbers are blank in 1970 is I didn't have 1969 data because again, I'm going from 70 to 20, 50 years. So that's why there's no base data here, but that's why it starts going forward. So again, 50 years of data. This is now it's going to go on YouTube today, but if you want to get access to the spreadsheet, it's in my free course or it's in the paid course. In the paid course, it's in the bonus section. Actually, it'll be in a bonus section in either place. Again, when you see this video, scroll down on the right. It should be there in an Excel file that you could download. So there it is. I hope you enjoy it. If you do find data that you add to it, I'd love to see it. I think more and more people adding data to the spreadsheet is great. Do me a favor, though, cite your source. That way people don't claim biases. We can all check the source and things of that nature. So let's have some fun with it. Enjoy. Again, I thought the 50 years produced some pretty surprising information. Thanks.